Hi everyone, I'm Lizette and this is Road to Our Dreams. Part 4 of our Buying Your First Home in New Zealand series is about house searching and open homes. Now that you have good knowledge about home deposit, job and financial security, and mortgage broker from my previous videos, it's now time to search for houses and go to open homes. You have to start asking yourself the following questions, but always bear in mind the price range your mortgage broker has suggested you can buy. 1. What house do I want? Townhouse, apartment, or house on a decent section of land? 2. Location of the house. Close to workplace that can be a bit more pricey, or further away from the workplace but spend more on petrol or public transport. 3. Low maintenance or an old home you can repair if you are good at DIYs or know someone who can help you fix it. 4. How many rooms in the house will I need? 5. Do you want a granny's flat or second dwelling with the first home you will purchase for an extra income opportunity? 6. How long do I plan to stay in my first home and when will I potentially rent or sell this in the future? Plus other questions you may have in mind. My friends and I started to look for places that are for sale in TradeMe and homes.co.nz in late 2020, and I started to create a table, just like this one, of the houses we will check the open homes for to see if it met our specifications for our first home. I personally enjoy this task because I like to create spreadsheets and make planners for the tasks that I need to do. On the table, you will see that I have added in the following. 1. Home viewing date and time, the homes.co.nz's calculated price and price range for that specific property during that time, and the maximum amount of money we would offer for that particular house. During this time, we have been adding another $100,000 to the highest estimated price range from homes.co.nz when we would put an offer for a specific property we went to an open home for. 2. Picture and address of the house for sale that we will go to the open homes to. I just used the snipping tool that is available in your laptops and computers to get the images from TradeMe. 3. Other information where I have added the methods of sale for that particular house. For example, sale by tender, deadline sale and auction, closing date for putting an offer for a specific property, and a link for the house if we want to know more about it. I also added an extra comment if LIM or builder's report are available for that house, and I will talk more about the methods of sale, LIM, and builder's report later in this video. Now that you have done some research on houses for sale that can potentially be your first home, I want to share with you my suggestions on what to check and questions I think you should ask the real estate agents and private sellers during open homes. Based on my experience, it is good to check the following things during open homes. 1. Insulation of the house. Is the house fully or semi-insulated? I think that insulation in the house is very important, especially during winter in New Zealand, as an insulated home will be a warmer home without spending a lot of money in electricity to heat up your house in the colder months of the year. 2. How old is the roof? Changing roof is pricey, so it will be good to know when a new roof has to be installed in the house. 3. What is the wall cladding or exterior wall of the house? For example, is it brick, weatherboard, or monolithic? We learned during our house hunting that a property with monolithic cladding, when damaged, can be very expensive to fix, must be regularly maintained, which will cost more money and make your home leaky and grow molds eventually, which is really not what you want for your first home. 4. It's also good to check water taps and flush toilets to see if there's a good water pressure in the house and if the taps and showers can change from hot to cold or cold to hot easily and relatively quick. 5. Check any visible water pipes to see if there are no leaks. 6. Check electrical and light switches to see that they are working and in good condition. 7. Check if there are any molds or stains on the walls and ceiling, as this is a sign that there could be internal leaks in that house. And 8. Check carpet or flooring. This also helps with house insulation, plus if this needs to be changed soon, then you need to be prepared for this financially. I think that it's also good to visit a house that you have an eye for multiple times, like on a sunny day and a rainy day, so you can check what that house is like during different weather conditions. Now, here are the things I think you should ask the real estate agents and private sellers. 1. Do they have a limb report for the house? A limb report, according to settle.govt.nz, is a report prepared by the local council at your request. It provides a summary of the current property information held by the different departments at council on the day the limb was produced. A limb provides information about some or all of the following: stormwater or sewage drains, any Heritage New Zealand protection, special land features such as erosion or flooding, any rates owing on the land, permits, building consents or requisitions, and other certificates previously issued by the local council or building consent authority, zoning, how the land may be used and any conditions that apply, any notices to the council by any statutory organization that has the power to classify land or buildings for any purpose, any notices to the council given by any network utility operator under the Building Act, and any other information that the council thinks is relevant. Based on my experience, some but not all of the open homes I have been to have limb reports available. The real estate agents were usually able to send this report to me via email. If this is available on the house you particularly consider to be your first home, I suggest that you take advantage of this, as this will give more information to the house you will potentially buy. You never know, a perfect house can turn out to be sitting on a fault line. Also, only spend on a limb report on a house that you really want to get and have a chance of purchasing. Back in 2020, the limb report we got from the council cost $500. 2. Do they have a builder's report for the house? A builder's report is a report that the sellers provide sometimes during open homes. This report is limited to visual inspection of the standard components of the home that can be accessed during the time of the inspection and that the inspectors can check and clearly looked at. For example, garage, driveway, roof, cladding, foundations, electrical, plumbing, and many more. Look on the report when the house was checked. The closer this is to the date of the open home, the more reliable the builder's report will be, because this means that that particular home was recently inspected. If the house that you have an eye on does not have a builder's report, I suggest that you only get one of these if you really want that house and if you have a chance of getting this property. Back in December 2020, the cost of the builder's report we got from one of the properties we're looking at was $700. Other questions you should ask are: 3. Why is the seller selling the property? 4. When are they planning to leave the house once the property has been sold? And 5. How much is the price offer the sellers are looking for? These are the questions that will help you decide if you should put an offer in the house or not, because this will give you more ideas about that particular house and when you need to tell your landlord if you are renting, when you need to leave, and when you should start packing and buying things you need for the house. Knowing the price offer will also give you a good indication as to how much the sellers are wanting to get from the property they are selling in the market. Sometimes you will be surprised as it can be lower or much higher than the price range you found in homes.co.nz. So, going back to the methods of sale here in New Zealand, here's a summary of the things you need to know about this topic. According to settle.govt.nz, advertised price, deadline sale, and buy negotiation are the most common methods of selling property in New Zealand. Offers for these sale methods will be written on the standard sale and purchase agreement. There are special sale and purchase agreements for selling by auction or tender. In all methods, apart from during an auction, buyers can make either conditional or unconditional offers on a sale and purchase agreement. For those of you who are not familiar with sale and purchase agreement, this is a legally binding contract between you and the seller. You must read and fill in this form for a property you want to buy and sign it once all the terms and conditions have been met by both parties. A conditional offer is a price offer that a buyer gives to the seller with specific conditions that have to be met within a certain time frame for the sale and purchase agreement to be made unconditional. An unconditional offer is a buyer's offer to the seller with no conditions. This kind of offer is normally known as cash buyers. To make an offer unconditional, the buyer must have thoroughly checked the limb and builder's report and have finance approved for the property they want to buy. I will give you more information on the sale and purchase agreement, conditional and unconditional offers on the fifth and last part of this series. Lastly, in an auction, the buyer who places the highest bid above your reserve price wins the auction and must complete the sale. I learned along the way of house hunting that your first home will not likely be your dream home, but it is the start of getting your ultimate dream home in the future. I decided together with my friends to buy a house that is close to our workplace to save petrol, semi-new, fully insulated with double glazed windows because a warm home is the best home to live in New Zealand during the winter season, and low maintenance as I am not good with fixing the interior and exterior of a house and would not want to spend a lot of money with house maintenance and repairs. I know a lot of people will think that this is too ambitious for a first home, but we got one. You just need to be patient and believe that if a house is for you, then it will be for you, no matter how many other buyers places an offer on a house that you are interested in as well. On the next video, I will give you more information as to what a sale and purchase agreement is and the role of a lawyer when you are in the process of purchasing your first home here in New Zealand. Please don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's help one another on the road to our dreams together. See you again on our next video.